The 6 Pillars of Self-Confidence. This is inspired by a book by Nathaniel Branden, which talks about the 6 different ways we are using, or 6 different methods that we can use to increase our confidence. So in this video, I will be talking about overcoming self-doubt and using the 6 pillars to develop self-esteem, and how the strategies can be used for building self-confidence. Self-confidence is the belief in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment, and is a crucial quality for success and happiness in life. So, strategies for building self-confidence. There are 6 pillars of self-esteem. The first one is the practice of living consciously, and the second one is the practice of self-acceptance. The third is the practice of self-responsibility. The fourth is the practice of self-assertiveness. And the fifth is the practice of living purposefully. And the sixth and the final one is the practice of personal integrity. And I will, in this episode, go into each one of these strategies. So the first one is the practice of living consciously. If I were to ask you, who do you think are the most confident of a guy who works a day-to-day job, a guy who comes home and watches television and have a very bad health, while simultaneously are complaining to his wife, compared to the one who has a nice house, a job he loves, and set aside time with his wife to be present together? So the first one is unconscious and just are following the motions in daily life, while the other one is present to the moment and maybe, for example, are doing meditations. Which one do you think have the best self-esteem? So be present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Live in the present moment and focus on what we can control. Then we have number 2, which is the practice of self-acceptance. If you always think of something else or something better you could be, or someone else that is better than you, that is basically a game that you can't win. It's a very nice saying, which is accept what you can't and improve what you can. You can't improve what you can unless you already accept what you can't. So that's the first step of the self-development journey, is to have fully self-acceptance. Then you can truly start self-improving. That's the practice of self-acceptance. So self-acceptance is to accept yourself for who you are, including both your strengths and weaknesses. By embracing our imperfections and being kind to ourselves, we can build self-confidence and reduce feelings of self-doubt. Now we're coming to number 3, the practice of self-responsibility. Did you know that most people that complain of, for example, medical conditions actually are not that sick? Often the real reason is because they don't have their health in order, so they're not exercising, and they're eating bad, and they're taking pills and trying to do all the shortcuts. And people, when you have this frame where you have a medical condition, people will automatically judge you by the medical condition instead of your life situation. People will, for example, tell you that it's not your fault. So this is a case where you should take total 100% self-responsibility. I would even go so far as to say that you're 100% responsible for everything that happens in your life. Even if the stock market crashes or your house burns down, everything is your responsibility. Because when you take such a huge responsibility, you suddenly stop being a victim in your life, and you have to find ways to improve, and you have to find solution to things and think more holistically. The moment you don't take responsibility for something, you just allow bad things to happen. So a challenge for you in this video would be to say to yourself, loud or inside yourself, that you are willing to take 100% responsibility of your life. Number 4, the practice of self-assertiveness. Today, when people are asking me to join parties and stuff, I usually say no. And if I do, I often don't drink too much. And that's me setting boundaries. And that's because it doesn't benefit me. And it's a part of who I am. I am not that guy who drinks. And that's a goal I set for myself. And when I show this self-assertiveness, when I show this part of me, people see that I'm grounded. And you can feel that I'm real and authentic. And I don't have to apologize for anything. Because I'm being me. So self-assertiveness means standing up for yourself and expressing your needs and desires. By setting healthy boundaries and communicating assertively, you can build confidence with your ability to assert yourselves in a positive way. So it's about setting yourself up for success. Number 5, the practice of living purposefully. We humans are social animals. And often we think that the leader in a society is the guy that's the strongest or that have the most money. At least that's how it was thousands of years ago. But what if I told you that the real leader is actually the person with the highest sense of purpose, a strong purpose and meaning? When someone has a clear sense of meaning and purpose, people will automatically follow this guy and their purpose and join their vision, because they have such a clear vision and a path they're on that people join it. That's why, for example, the entrepreneur compared to a normal worker is more on a hero's journey or like a warrior, because he's taking his life and living it purposefully. And the consequence of this is his higher self-esteem. Living purposefully is to set meaningful goals and work towards them. By focusing on your passions and values, you can build confidence by creating a fulfilling life. Number 6, the practice of personal integrity. Living with personal integrity means staying true to your values and principles. By doing what's right, you can build confidence in your ability to make ethical decisions and living a more fulfilling life. It's like if you're working somewhere that you don't enjoy working and it's not aligned with your values, it will just keep reminding you how worthless you are. So when you're doing something that you not really want to do, or act like, for example, if you have a job that you really don't want to have, that job is just telling you, or just filling you up with negativity. And that's when it's really important to practice personal integrity and take those ethical decisions so you can live a more fulfilling life. And we're all different. Nobody of us is the same. So you have to find the thing that works for you. But that's everything for this video, and I see you in the next one.